You step into the bathroom and close the door, only to see a wet snout forcefully nudge it back open. To a human mind, this persistent shadowing looks like neediness, or perhaps a complete lack of personal boundaries. But dogs do not operate on human emotional logic. When they track your movements, they are executing a highly specific biological imperative. Beneath the plush dog beds and regular feeding schedules, ancient wild survival instincts are driving their physical actions. Understanding why your dog refuses to let you out of their sight requires translating our domestic human habits into the strict rules of canine evolutionary biology. In a wild environment, an animal faces extreme physical vulnerability to predators the moment they stop to eliminate, because their posture is compromised and their senses are distracted. This diagram illustrates a pack survival formation. One member is in the center, while the rest form a protective perimeter facing outward to guard against threats. Closing a bathroom door breaks this visual connection, causing dangerous pack fragmentation. When your dog sits firmly against the other side of that door, they are applying an ancient method to cover your blind spot. Following you into an isolated room is an act of providing security. It has nothing to do with invading your privacy. To a dog, you are an entire environment. You dictate access to the outside, to essential resources, and to safety. Because they lack a verbal language to ask about your daily schedule, they constantly study your physical micromovements to predict your future actions. If you shift your weight a specific way or alter your walking pace, they know instantly whether you are heading to the kitchen for food or heading to the front door for a sudden departure. This topographical heat map visualizes a scent gradient. A dog's massive olfactory bulb allows them to map your invisible path. Your scent pools where you are and fades where you were. They track the freshest concentration for biological comfort. Shadowing you from room to room allows them to gather constant predictive data while maintaining peak sensory comfort. If a dog paces, whines, and cannot settle when you change rooms, they are suffering from separation anxiety. But if they purposefully follow you to a new room and immediately go to sleep, you are observing something entirely different. This diagram illustrates co-regulation. It is a biological process where physical proximity to a trusted figure literally lowers a mammal's cortisol levels and slows their heart rate. A dog lives in a chaotic world filled with unexplainable events, like delivery trucks backfiring outside or strange voices echoing down the hallway. To process this chaos, dogs use an information funnel. They watch your shoulders and facial expressions when a loud noise happens. If you remain calm, they register the threat level as 0. Because dogs are creatures of strict pattern, a sudden, sharp change in these shadowing behaviors provides critical data. It points toward potential physical pain, illness, or an emerging anxiety that requires immediate investigation. Your physical presence acts as a tangible biological switch that directly deactivates their internal stress alarms. Next time you are trying to make tea and you feel your dog resting their chin squarely on top of your foot, remember that they are not trying to annoy you, and this physical closeness is not a character flaw. Out of all the engaging smells, soft beds, and quiet corners in your home, their brain calculates that your exact physical location is the absolute safest place on Earth. They weave their entire biological existence and internal sense of security tightly around where you stand. To be shadowed by a dog is the highest biological compliment a human can possibly receive from another species. If this science gave you a new way to see your dog, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to Translate Canine Behavior.